Greetings this Thursday, and thank you for tuning in and being a part of the program as we are bearing down in the very last few days, hours of January of 2025 with the rain, which has since rolled in and will continue to fall. Still an estimated 1 to 2 inches in the neighborhood of that, and we'll have more detail, I will, in just a few moments on expected totals and what's around the corner thereafter. It's been hard, I think, for anyone in the United States and anywhere else in the world, for that matter, to do anything but wait and hear and watch for the latest in regards to the tragic incident last night, which took place just outside of Washington, D.C. The United States hasn't experienced a commercial airliner tragedy for a number of years. If you look at the dates in that order, since 2001, September the 11th, obviously, but since then, in August of 2006, Comair 5191 in Lexington, of course, crashed, claiming 49 lives. Colgan Air 3407 in New York in February of 2009 claimed 50 lives. That's been the last large commercial airline crash in the United States. That goes back to 2009. Since then and up until last night, there have been a number of small aircraft accidents, I should say, anywhere from 4 to 6 to 8 to 10 or so in that neighborhood. But as far as commercial aircraft of this magnitude, it's the first we've seen since 2009. Just real quickly, it's not news that I typically follow, but just to give you the very latest updates, American Airlines 5342 and an Army helicopter collided around 9 o'clock last night just outside of Washington, D.C. at the Reagan Airport. 67 people on board both aircraft, all presumed dead. It quickly, tragically turned into a recovery mission from a rescue mission. The UH-60 Black Hawk helicopter had 3 soldiers on board. All 3 of their bodies have since been recovered. At last report, at least 30 bodies altogether had been pulled from the icy waters. First responders located the wreckage of both aircraft. The American Airlines plane was upside down and found in 3 different sections in the Potomac. The CEO of the skating club in Boston, said that 6 of their members, figure skaters, died in that collision. 14 altogether on the flight. 2 of them world champion skaters out of Russia. The identities of the other individuals continue to come in. The FAA issuing one, or rather I should say a few early details. First, confirming that staffing at the air control tower at Ronald Reagan National Airport was, quote, not normal for the time of day and the volume of traffic. The controller who was handling helicopters Wednesday night was also instructing planes that were landing and departing from the airport. That is usually something that is designated or assigned between 2 controllers. And that's all I have at this time. A fatal fire in eastern Kentucky out of Pike County, real quickly. 1 person confirmed dead. The identity of that individual still not known at this hour, yet to be reported. I do know that the Kentucky State Police is investigating a structure fire on Caney Drive in Pikeville. It happened last night around 10 o'clock, and someone was found dead inside the home. No foul play was suspected, but there is more investigation to be done. Also out of Pike County, it's a story that just shakes you to the core. 1 woman from Pike County has been arrested. A man is being sought after at this hour after school and health officials determined that the woman's child, appears to have been tortured over a serious length of time. State police jailed 42-year-old Mary Hall of Raccoon yesterday afternoon. So far, she's facing charges of first-degree child abuse and first-degree assault and kidnapping. This was after the long Christmas break, and one of her children came back to school who'd been known to maybe exhibit some light bruising and things of that nature on somewhat of a common basis before. But when the child returned back to school with broken teeth and a busted nose and things more serious, school personnel started to dig a little deeper, as did the police, and according to arrest citations, it is alleged by authorities that at times Hall would discipline her child, not allowing him to eat if he had eaten something at school, not allowing him to eat when he got home. He was described as being malnourished, very thin, pale, exhibiting signs of torture. Torture, the word actually used by medical professionals who saw him at the University of Kentucky after he was removed from Hall's home and care and she was arrested. He actually is reportedly understood to have gone into cardiac arrest and was transferred to UK, and that's where doctors say that he was so malnourished and so frail that he couldn't keep down solid food and showed many signs of torture. She's being held on a $500,000 cash bond. Meanwhile, police earlier today issued a wanted for this man for the same similar charges. Jerome Norman, 43, of Raccoon, who is also wanted on charges of first-degree child abuse, first-degree assault, and kidnapping and fleeing police related to the same crimes and same child. I've got local news. We'll get caught up on high school basketball. It's a big night for the Hornets, especially possibly one, maybe hitting a couple of milestones tonight. We'll see how the game goes. I'll elaborate a little more in just a few seconds. And a host of other news, your weather and a calendar, and a few other things. And one out-of-this-world report that I found very cool earlier today. Ladies, I think everyone will, but certainly, most certainly, I think you will when I get to that next.
Johnson Central High School stands alone in providing the most college and career programs of study in one building throughout the entire state of Kentucky. This includes pathways in everything from the medical field to engineering, telemedia, welding, agriculture, and even aviation. And that's just to name a few of the 32 different choices. Work has also been started on a brand new state-of-the-art high school. So now is the time for your child to experience the power of opportunities in Johnson County schools.
Atrial fibrillation is one of the more common rhythms we see.
AFib is an arrhythmia of the heart where the top part of the heart is beating erratically and out of sync with the bottom part of the heart.
The electrophysiology service is made up of a team of healthcare providers, and that includes an electrophysiology lab where we're able to do procedures to help repair heart rhythm problems. When a patient becomes heart rhythm free, it can really restore their life.
ARH, more for Appalachia.
Every season brings its own challenging driving conditions and some more than others. Stay up to that challenge at Conley's. Check out their monthly specials on the best tires. Their $35 computer diagnostic and over 30 years of brakes and oil and maintenance to keep you rolling. Conley Tire in Staffordsville and ConleyTire.net. SMB is proud to stand with you with what might be your very first and definitely last checking, savings, retirement, even Christmas Club account, along with consumer, auto, mortgage, business loans that you can easily manage from anywhere in the world with safe, secure mobile and online banking that comes from over 120 years of commitment to your financial life and well-being, today, tomorrow, and forever. Salyersville National. Getting your prescription filled by Salyersville's oldest, most trusted pharmacy is only one of so many other reasons to stop by. Tasty reasons like hot soups, hot dogs, chicken salad, loaded Dorito nachos, iced and specialty coffees, hand-dipped cones and milkshakes. It's a tradition and a destination. It's Fraser's Prater Drug in downtown Salyersville. It's as hearty as it is convenient. It's delicious, creamy, savory goodness all in one. Get a famous pot pie while they're hot. Only $7.19 plus tax year-round. But only until February the 16th can you grab a home-style bowl combo. Mashed potatoes, gravy, corn, chicken, and cheese. Truly comfort food at your Salyersville Lee's famous recipe. What are you going to get over your ice? You may have perhaps heard about astronauts Sonny Williams and Butch Wilmore. They were going into space for a matter of a few days. That was back in June. They're still there, and it's going to be at least March before they get to come home. They were doing a little maintenance today on the International Space Station, a spacewalk, during which Sonny Williams has since set a very impressive record. For the guys and gals out there, let's start by, a little comparison here. Maybe you're wrenching on something. It's a car, it's a project, it's something. It's going to be a 10 or a 30-minute job. Nothing's coming loose, something's breaking. It just turns into a nightmare, and it's just not going the way it was planned. Maybe a simple fix on a car or a favorite toy or something like that, and you're just pulling and tugging and things are breaking and it's just not happening. Now imagine that 250 miles above Earth over the Indian Ocean. Well, that's Miss Sunny Williams there, and that's what she and her fellow astronaut experienced today on the International Space Station. Yes, exactly what they experienced. A brief walk ended up lasting 5 hours and 26 minutes. You know it's never a good sign when you have to resort to getting out the boat puller.
From your position in ESP2, we're looking at potentially getting you a bolt puller to help pry that RFG off from the front. However, we don't want to do that while you're in the arm. So if you could assess, see if there's a BRT position you could achieve that would still allow you access to the front, or if Butch could come around and have a BRT position that would give him access to the front, that would be helpful.
The crew is back to where we started, and the smaller picture you do see on the screen is of a NASA astronaut and today's ground IV, Stephen Bowen, chatting with our flight director, Rebecca Wingfield, and in between the two of them is Will Booth, capsule communicator.
Nothing else that is holding this box in position, so that's why we're kind of trying everything. So we appreciate all your thoughts and efforts if you have anything to add.
It just feels like it's not coming so hard. I mean, you'd think that it would wiggle a little bit. Nothing. Not even giving it at all. That's the weird part.
Yeah, we don't see anything either, even when we're wishful thinking. So if it does come off, I think it's going to come off all of a sudden. So be aware of that. We don't want you to hurt yourselves or hurt the station. So just keep that in mind as you're applying load to it.
But several hours in, the bolt puller worked. All the hard work worked. And dangling from the arm 250 miles above Earth, it all came together. During which Miss Sunny Williams has set a record for the longest time conducting spacewalks by a woman in the history of the United States. And we presume possibly the world.
This is Mission Control Houston. We are at 3 hours and 41 minutes into today's spacewalk, while Williams and Wilmore continue to pull the RFG off its stanchion. Sunny Williams just broke a record while completing the tasks on today's spacewalk. And this spacewalk continues and this record continues to mount as she continues today's spacewalk. Sunny Williams just surpassed former NASA astronaut Peggy Whitson's EVA aggregate record of 60 hours and 21 minutes. And once again, that record keeps mounting at each passing minute. Sunny Williams will have 9 spacewalks completed after today's EVA, while Peggy Whitson still has 10 under her belt. But once again, NASA astronaut Sunny Williams in red stripes during today's EVA just surpassed the record of the total EVA hours by a female astronaut.
Keep in mind, these two have been up in space at the space station since June. They were launched, a part of Boeing's Starliner spacecraft, its first crewed journey. They thought they were going to be back about 8 days later. Problems with the Starliner, including helium leaks and propulsion issues, led NASA to decide that it was too risky for the astronauts to use their return flight, and the capsule was sent back to Earth empty. NASA has opted to return Wilmore and Williams to Earth no earlier than late March aboard SpaceX Crew 9 capsule, which is currently parked outside the station. The two won't return home before the next flight, Crew 10, arrives at the space station, meaning they'll have been there at least 10 months by then. Sports, weather, and maybe some more in a few seconds right now. A few things happening on tonight's McGoffin Farm Bureau calendar. One last reminder, don't forget tomorrow is the last day to pay your property taxes here in McGoffin County before they're upped to an additional 21% total penalty. That's right, tomorrow, close of business at the McGoffin County Sheriff's Department, which I believe is around 4 o'clock or so, will be the deadline to pay property taxes and not face the 21% penalty. After April the 15th, they're turned over for collection thereafter at the clerk's office. Don't forget sign-ups this Saturday for McGoffin Youth baseball and softball. The season will be here before you know it. Sounds exciting already. Saturday, noon to 1:30 at your Sagersville Subway. They're having sign-ups, $60 per player, $55 for each additional sibling in the family. T-ball players must turn 4 by August the 31st of 2025. Softball players can't be 13 years old before this past January the 1st. And baseball players can't be 13 before May of last year. Any information you need other than that, you'll be able to get there at Sayersville Subway. The Water and Wine Food Pantry has pantry dates set for the month of February, which is, here. Next Wednesday the 5th is their first of 2 regular commodity days. The other is the 19th. Thursday the 20th will be their senior commodity day, all 9 to 11. Stay up to date and answer any questions or get any questions answered by calling them at 349-6301. Call me or get me that calendar announcement or birthday or anniversary any way you can, and we'll tell everyone about it.
I love working in the coal mines, even though it was hard work. But if you suspect you have black lung, you can't work anymore. You'll find out that filing for benefits is hard too. I had friends who give up after years of trying. If it hadn't been for Big Sandy Healthcare, I wouldn't even try myself. If you think you have black lung, call Big Sandy Healthcare and get the help you deserve.
Don't want to be the less than 1 in every 10 smokers that can't quit every year? Then remember this, just 12 to 24 hours after you do, your risk for a heart attack drops. And up to 3 months later, your lungs, they start working better. And after a year, your risk is cut in half. And 15 years? Wow, like you never smoked. The other good news, your good neighbor pharmacists at Parkway Pharmacy are here to help with everything you need. Right now at the seasonal shop, everything Christmas, all the remaining Christmas decor, 70% off. They've got a new selection of home decor clearance items, 50% off the entire section, and they're fully stocked in Tyler Candle products, including their laundry detergent, which they can't keep on the shelf. You can elevate your laundry with their Ultimate Diva laundry detergent. It's a phosphate-free formula perfect for all fabric types, leaving everything incredibly clean and infused with a luxurious Diva scent. It's ideal for both machine, hand washing, and those high-efficiency machines. Everyone who has taken it home says it is simply indulgent. And don't forget, Valentine's Day is almost here at the seasonal shop.
Colin Mockery and Brad Sherwood, the dynamic duo from television's Whose Line Is It Anyway, are coming to town, and they're asking for trouble.
Our show is completely made up.
Prepare for a side-splitting interactive extravaganza as these improv wizards hit the stage, serving up a night of unscripted comedy gold.
It sounds like a big waste of time and a lot of money.
It is.
Don't miss Colin Mockery and Brad Sherwood. Catch them on Sunday, May 18th at the Mountain Arts Center. Get your tickets today at macarts.com.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in small town values.
And mom and dad and the things they handed down.
I believe some of the best people in the world are farmers.
I believe in insurance that protects families, homes, and cars. I believe in always finding a way to do what you love. I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
Another district matchup tonight. The boys, the Hornets, hosting the Paintsville Tigers tonight. And while that is, of course, on the heels of another earlier district game this week, an exciting one, highlights of which I had for you last evening. Tonight's could prove to be a milestone for one key player on the team. The Hornets battled it out night before last against Martin County here, a home game, a district matchup. They're 0-2 as far as the 57th is concerned right now, but they're hosting the Paintsville Tigers tonight. No easy task there. Paintsville Tigers sit at the very top of 15th region basketball standards. standings rather. I do want to say that senior Walker Russell, though, is knocking on the door of a couple of big designations, rebound and point-wise. We'll see if that happens tonight, and as soon as it does, of course, I'll be letting you know. Hornets hosting Paintsville on a 5-11 run right now for the boys. I'll get to the Tigers in just a few seconds. Lady Hornets, a road game Wednesday, last night, Wolfe County, a loss 38-54, the girls. Good news is they're getting ready to start a nice home stretch that'll almost wrap up the entire regular season. Starting tomorrow, hosting Martin County, and then Saturday, Raceland, then Tuesday, Floyd Central, then it's Phelps, Johnson Central, and Jenkins, all home games. They'll wrap up on Valentine's Day on the road, hosting, or rather at the Paintsville Lady Tigers. Johnson Central and Golden Eagle basketball, Tuesday night, a road game at Lawrence County, 86-67 final score. Eagles keeping this win and an above 500 season. They're 8-7 right now, 4-4 in the region, 1-1 in the 57th district. They're hosting Martin County and the Cardinals tomorrow night. Tip-off set for, of course, 7:30. Lady Eagle basketball, they're still rolling. They rolled over Paintsville. Went last night. It was a home game for the Lady Eagles, 81-47 final score. Lady Eagles are sitting on a 17-3 run right now. They're undefeated in their region and in their district as well. They're hosting Martin County this Saturday. That tip-off is set for 4:30 for Lady Eagle basketball. The Paintsville Tigers, before mentioned Tigers, at home, or they're at the home of the Hornets tonight, are coming at a 13-4 run that puts them at the top of 15th region standings right now, essentially tied with Martin County as far as their record is concerned. So Paintsville and Martin County, two of the toughest teams in the 15th region, if not the two toughest teams. And that's what McGoffin County's been dealing with this week, and that's what they'll have on their hands tonight. The Tigers coming in again at 13-4. Lady Tiger basketball, they've got 5 losses in a row, a bit of a skid. Last night they were at Central, as I mentioned, and that was a 47-81 ball game. Lady Tigers at a 6-13 pace right now. They're hosting Betsy Lane. They've got the weekend off, though. That's a Monday night game. Tip-off set for 7:30. Let's lastly check in on the Bulldogs and Coach Chandler Thompson. The boys, again, lost to Central. That was on Tuesday night, 77-86 final score, but the boys from Lawrence County are still running on a 13-6 season thus far. That, as far as standings and wins and the RPI goes, puts them in the 4th rung of 15th region boys basketball. Hosting Floyd Central Friday at 7:30. They're 4-0 in the 57th district. And lastly, the Lady Bulldogs, 68-66 in overtime at Prestonsburg Friday the 24th. They've had a few days to rest after that one. They are hosting Floyd Central tomorrow night at 6, so it's a double header tomorrow night at Lawrence County for the boys and girls and Floyd Central. Lady Bulldog basketball on an 8-8 run. And we've seen, as you saw over my shoulder, if you've been out in the last few hours, we've seen the light rain already start to roll in. It is going to pick up and intensify at times tonight. Steady rain will fall across eastern Kentucky through tonight before tapering off to a few showers on tomorrow. Could be and likely will be heavy at times. Rainfall estimates right now 1 to 2.5 inches pretty much for most all of the viewing area, and we will continue, of course, to see that happen via some showers which have been falling for a little while and continue to do so. 59 degrees is where we topped out at earlier today here in downtown Sagersville, starting off on a 23-degree note. This morning, we've picked up 1/10 of an inch of rain so far. That's all. We're just getting started. We've got more to go. With that said, we are expecting to see 43 degrees tonight. We actually have rain and possibly thunderstorms before midnight, and then some rain and storms thereafter. But temperatures, look, this is what's a little interesting. Temperatures are going to fall down to about 43 by 10. Then they're going to reverse, and they're going to start climbing back the other way and hit about 49 during the rest of the night as we've got warm air coming in with this. And again, southwesterly winds 3 to 15 tonight and up to 20 miles per hour tomorrow. 1 to 2 inches of rainfall tonight and another ½ inch possible on the high end for your Friday, with, again, southwesterly winds 7 to 12 or so. Tomorrow, 62 for your high, 38 for your low. Saturday, the clouds are looking to hang a little tougher than what we had thought. I was looking for some sunshine in the upper 40s for the first half of your weekend 24 hours ago. Well, maybe that'll change in the next 24-hour forecast, but right now we're calling for the clouds to hang on longer than what we had thought, and maybe not as much sunshine Saturday, but still drying out. I think showers will be gone before daylight, leaving us with a daytime high ultimately of 48, nighttime lows above freezing. Mostly cloudy during the day and partly cloudy at night. That pretty much sums up a cloudy 48 degrees Saturday in store. Sunday's definitely the keeper of the two. It's partly sunny and 62 and a low of 45 Sunday night. So a nice end to your weekend, certainly. That will help along, we need to dry out, and that'll get us at least a start of it. Tuesday also as well will help. 55, partly sunny. Wednesday we're back into the 60-degree mark or so, close to the mid-60s again Wednesday. Partly sunny, but rain chances. Another system, that's right. Maybe some sprinkles and then some light rain Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday evening, Wednesday night. And then carrying into your Thursday, rain will be likely this time next week, but still holding on to the low 60s with more clouds than not. So all in all, not a bad run. Certainly the temperatures we've been yearning for, and again, we're going to have to watch and see if 1 to 2 inches of rain causes any low-lying area issues as far as flooding. Does not look to be a flash flooding event. This is not going to be a quick hit. This is going to be over the next several hours. But keep your eye on the weather. As always, it's Kentucky after all. So it's safe to say I'm off to the Montgomery County High School to catch a little high school district basketball game action. The 57th district, that's the best kind. I'll see you back here tomorrow, wrapping up this week of Your News Today. Well, I hope you're with me then. Thank you for watching.